Welcome to the Amy Plus podcast. Ladies, have you ever dreamed of owning your most coveted bag? A Birkin, a Kelly, maybe vintage Chanel pearls, but had no idea how to actually get your hands on a trusted source? Well, today's guest has built the exact business to make that dream a reality. Tammy Phan is the founder and CEO of Luxe, Jour, a multi-million-dollar luxury brand where women can rent, buy, and restore the world's most iconic designer pieces. She's been featured on Dragon's Den, the UK's version of Shark Tank, and her story is one of grit, glam, and game-changing style. So Tammy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Amy. I'm so excited.
So I'm so happy to have you here. Just real quick, just tell us what you do.
Other than a firefighter, putting out fires every day, God, and problem solving for my team, running the designer luxury company as the CEO and founder is the best way I could put it. Actually, it's firefighter, CEO, babysitter.
Yeah, because you have your two kids here.
I do, and it's also hard single momming in the summer while trying to run this company also.
And the company is Luxe, Jour.
Yes.
Based out of both Canada and here in Irvine.
Yes, originally founded in Canada, operated for 9 years in Canada, and we recently opened a head office in Irvine, California to facilitate and serve our U.S. client base just 2.5 years ago, and that's when I moved.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's how I met you.
By the way, your kids are so cute.
Oh,
if you guys could see them, like they're in the courtyard, they're so well behaved.
I know.
How old are they?
Turning 7 and turning 5.
They're so cute.
I wanted a daughter, but that didn't happen.
Maybe.
Who am I going to give
remarried.
all my bags to? All my designer bags.
You can give them to my daughter. That's true. I never thought about that. Because I do think about, like, obviously one day I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
And I have so much crap. I have so much luxury stuff that my daughter and my stepdaughter will inherit.
Yes. Imagine if they didn't even like luxury. They're like, no, Mom, I just want to live on a farm and be with animals. Can you imagine?
No. Oh, I'm trying to think of what, like, anything you do sell that your sons could still take. Not really.
I was like, if I was going to keep this company, right, and keep it forever, I would have wanted to pass it down to also someone that would have ran it. I don't think my boys, that's in their dreams yet. I'm not sure.
You know, when Joe and I talk about when we do pass when everybody dies, but like we talk about that's going to be fun for the kids to like figure out like who gets what. We do have like it all set up like an estate plan, so it's all good, but still. Anyway, before we dive in, I always ask all the guests the look that you chose for the podcast. So Tammy, what are you wearing?
You're going to love this. It's a mix of mom and a mix of fashion. Smith, I think Zara, and Amazon heels, because those are my mom heels because we were going to go to the beach after.
Let me see.
They're so comfy.
Wow.
These are my mom heels that can just be comfortable all day. They're short. They're really short. And if I go to the beach and I ruin them, it doesn't matter. So it's not my typical Dior heels that I love to wear every day at work. It's my mom heels when I have to work and be a mom.
That's so great.
Real
I feel
life.
like Amazon's really picked up their game.
They
like
did.
maybe like 5 years ago. Do you feel like 6 years ago it started to get better?
It got so much better, but these are, I think, like $50. So affordable, and it's like you got to mix up here. When I go to meetings, designer here, mom down here.
Because you show up here on all your videos.
Yeah.
Okay, so for your podcast, because I know how you dress, you're very luxurious. You always have, I don't know, you always have like a Chanel look to you.
I do love the Chanel look. It's
so you have that
timeless.
look.
It's classic.
So I was like, ooh, what can I wear? So I put on my Dolce & Gabbana flower pants.
I love
and
it.
my pink Valentino bow shoes. And then I have my Alice Olivia jacket. And of course, next to us are the luxury handbags.
The bag that I have a story for, because I own this bag also.
Okay.
I have a story for that. Yes. I can't wait to
in front of us
showcase.
is the Himalayan Croc Hermes bag that I got for my 10-year wedding anniversary. And that was actually one of my questions. Is that how you met? You met my husband through that?
Yes.
And me through that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe did so good.
Did you talk to him during that
I
process?
didn't get to talk to him. He was dealing with our sales manager at the time.
Was that Lana, right?
That was Lana.
Oh, Lana.
And Lana went above and beyond. She didn't even get approval, but the things that she did for Joe, she went to go buy matching Twillies with a company card because sales managers have access to the company cards to do discretionary VIP gifting. And she's like, I'm using my VIP gifting on this client. And she went to Hermes, picked out matching Twillies.
I remember
It
that.
was like $700 or something, and then included it in the gifting for you
That's
for this
so
10-year.
amazing.
He
Okay.
did good.
I have the craziest story to tell you.
Okay, tell
and
me.
it's all about the Himalayan croc purchase.
Okay.
So my friend got one. Oh, she bought it from you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've got dear friends of mine that bought a Himalayan croc through you guys.
Yeah.
I'm at dinner with Joe and them, and she's like, here's my bag. And I was like, what? I don't know if you know this, but that's her first Birkin.
She did not just go from 0 to 100 real quick. That was the full definition. She didn't even get a normal black Togo Birkin.
Nope. And here's what makes the story even crazier is he did it just because.
It wasn't even a 10-year anniversary. Wait, because I'm dating now and I am recently divorced, may I know where? Because I love these just because.
Yes. And I was like, so we go to dinner and I was like, wait, what? That's your first Birkin ever is the Himalayan croc. So that's when, okay, so our 10-year anniversary is coming up. And to be honest with you, not in a million years did I ever think that Joe would spend, mine wasn't that much, but like that much on a handbag. Not ever, right? Because it's a handbag in his mind, like he doesn't know. But I open it up and I have to show you that video.
I saw it. It almost went very viral.
Yeah.
Your unboxing of this Himalayan Birkin, he recorded it. We reposted it.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
So I got to, the orange box and I was like, oh, wow, he got me a Birkin. This is so cool. Because I already had the orange one, but I was like, okay, he got me another one. So I opened up the box and then, you have the bag and I pulled it out and I only got to the tip. So, at the very tip, the handle, it's all I saw and I immediately knew what it was.
You knew what the Himalayan
100%.
Have you hinted to him about this bag?
No.
Because how would a man know? Like, did Joe just come to our website and was like, I'm going to look for the most expensive bag? Because that was the most expensive bag we currently had available in stock. Now we have the $200,000 faux Birkin available in stock. But
no, he got inspired by our friends. The just because story. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So the backstory to this, he's shopping around and he contacts you guys. Well, he's also looking at other, vendors that sell these bags.
Yeah.
So there's a place in Palm Beach off of Worth Avenue. Are you familiar with it? Let's see. I wrote it down what it was called.
Mycen de Ristefange.
Only Authentics.
No, I never heard of them.
Okay, so there's a really lovely store, Only Authentics. The guy owns it. His name's Virgil. Okay. I've actually met him before a couple of times, way before this. I went in there, and typically he doesn't talk to clients. He kind of has a reputation of just being not like, I don't know, he's just not that helpful, right? Well, he comes out and he helps me. And the ladies that were working there were like, he never does this. So he really liked me, right? And so I knew they made bags like this. So Virgil and Joe are texting about one of these Himalayans. Well, at the time, he has the Kelly Himalayan. And it's like basically like new, right?
Yeah.
They go back and forth on text. And then Joe offers him a price that's about 15% less than what he had offered, right? But this is so much money that it was a good offer.
Yeah.
Okay, girl, I'm gonna read out loud to you what Virgil texted Joe after his counter offer. Take a breath. Okay, so this is Virgil. So Virgil gives the offer. Joe gives a counter. Virgil says, I'm totally insulted by you. You really need to find some trash bag and fake bag. I'm not your dealer. Please don't waste my time and have a good life. And then, like someone can like text and send and then do a fresh one.
Yes.
And a fresh one. So this keeps going. Good luck. I paid way more than that. Please don't waste my time. Do you want to buy a piece of garbage? Buy a piece of garbage. But you're not going to buy a piece of garbage from me. I'm not that kind of dealer. Maybe you think I am, but I'm not. I'm not happy about this. A new text. Joe's not responding. Keep your money. I'm sure you're going to find some garbage one that's blurred and crappy because the Himalayan marks all over it. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've never heard such unbelievable offer from a human being in my life. I'm sure what you maybe want. Maybe you want to give your wife some piece of garbage. Maybe that's how you think about her. Just don't waste my time, please and thank you.
Wait. How is this person in business?
Exactly.
Is my question. How do you... We get offers, like Lana gets offers all the time, but you can kindly say, unfortunately, sorry, our prices are very competitive, and show the market price, right? Like our price for that Himalayan Birkin what is already competitive because we get ours directly from other consigners. But I am just so shocked right now how a business could respond. If any of my employees ever responded to a client like that, they are fired.
100%. And the worst part was like where he said, maybe that's how you think of her, like garbage. Like that's what that said.
That is, oh my gosh. It's
a crazy story, right?
He almost wanted to guilt trip Joe in to paying for this price and belittle him in the process.
That's what Joe said. Joe, because we were talking about last night at dinner, because I told him I was podcasting you, and he was like, I bet he does this to clients a lot and then make them feel whatever. And then he's like, I'm not that person. Joe did text him back. I said, what'd you text him back? And he goes, wow, Virgil, I certainly didn't mean to insult you. I offered what I thought was market based on my friend's purchase. You know, the one.
Yes.
I admit I'm not an expert like you, but my offer for a purse seems a lot of darn money for someone who doesn't know much about them. I'd encourage you to try and be more respectful in your response to a potential customer who can afford to even have a serious conversation about something so extravagant.
Joe is so kind.
I know.
Like, he is such a patient man, because if I received that kind of text, that would have been on Google reviews. That would have been on social media.
Yeah, it is now.
Oh my God.
So he like got through that and then obviously bought the Himalayan from you guys.
And the
had
Birkin
the
is
best experience.
I'm so glad. So like, I know Lana's no longer with us. She wanted to be a full-time mother, but she was one of our best sales managers. So I'm so glad that she really did represent the brand well, because the Birkin, anyways, it's better than the Kelly anyways. When it comes to like it's the big sister of the Hermes bag. So I'm so glad you love the Birkin. I think you would have carried the Birkin a lot more than the Kelly anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same thing. I was like, well, if you're gonna, get one like the Birkin, it's so much easier to get in and out of.
It is. You leave it open.
But I do like the Kelly.
You're gonna get a Kelly.
I
you
know.
should get the Kelly. What do you think about that Kelly Pico doll?
Which one's that?
It's the one with the face and the arms.
Oh yeah.
Kylie Jenner
I did
awarded.
see
It
that
went
one.
viral
Yeah.
on Jeff Bezos' wedding. Yeah, now all of our clients want that
That's
bag.
what they want.
Yeah, they want that bag. What do you think about that?
I mean, I'd take it.
It's so your personality. It's fun. It's vibrant. It is happy. It is. Look, I set the trends. I don't follow them.
Yeah, like I like to take a bag that's going to get noticed. Like I don't get the point of not.
No,
but,
of
I mean,
course.
that's
Fashion
just me.
is with attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you started this company how long ago?
Oh, 9 years now.
Okay,
We
so it's
celebrate our
9
9
years.
years anniversary just in May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was obviously researching you, and I saw the episode of you on it's Shark Tank, but it's the British version.
Canada version, because I'm
What's it called
Canadian.
again?
Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
So I watched you on there.
Oh,
You did good.
thank you. I
Yeah.
was so nervous. Could you tell?
Well, well, I think you didn't seem. You started a little nervous when they kind of like stopped asking business questions and then they were asking more personal questions, because I feel like you thought it was going to be all business, and then you seemed like a little nervous then, which is understandable,
yeah.
obviously. But what was that experience like?
I was nervous because it's my first time ever asking for money from investors, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get completely obliterated, because you've seen those roast episodes. I was like, God, am I just going to cry and break down here? But I'm like, no, no one can roast me harder than my Asian parents. So, I got this.
You mentioned them on the show.
Yeah.
Because they wanted you to be like a doctor or dentist or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
like all my cousins.
You're a high school dropout.
Yeah. None of my cousins are high school dropouts. None of my cousins are divorced also. None of my cousins. And I have 14 aunts and uncles on one side, 11 aunts and uncles on another side. So imagine how many cousins I have. No one's a high school dropout. Everyone has a high status career: pharmacist, doctor, anesthesiologist, engineers, you name it. That's them. And and I didn't follow that path. I actually broke the trend.
So you were a high school dropout. Were you like 17 at the time?
No, I think I was 16, grade 11.
Then what'd you do?
I was working. Okay. So I was working because my family grew up poor. We had some financial issues in the family. And I thought it would just be easier if I just started working full time and sustaining myself than for me to be another person my parents had to really worry about. I have 2 younger brothers. So it was kind of a, fight situation. And being the older sibling, I don't know if other older siblings have this curse, is you always feel like you're actually the mother of the family. You're the project manager. So I thought I solved my own problem by, look, it's one less person that my parents have to worry about financially. And if I make money, I could help them, because everything was just about money problems at the time.
What'd you do?
I was working at a bubble tea shop. Anyone who knows me from Calgary knows I worked there for 5 years. I was a boba shop. I worked at a boba shop.
And so how old were you when you started Luxe?
I was 23. Yeah, 23, doing it as a side business, just listing my designer collection as well as my friends' designer collection. So we had our own little mini boutique pretty much with all of our collections combined. And that's when I started, 23. I just turned 32. Yeah, that's 9 years. That's when I started it.
That's an amazing story. A high school dropout. That's really.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I bet your parents, you mentioned that on the show, that they're proud of you now.
They're proud of me now. They're not proud of me as a mother.
What?
Their Asian parents are like that. They will always find what not to be proud of, like where you fall short. Yeah, it's because now that I am running this company, is that they're not proud of me for not being a full-time mother and being able to have enough time to be a mother.
Are they disappointed in the divorce, I'm assuming?
They were so against the divorce. They were like, you should just stay in that marriage if you're unhappy anyways, and just think about the kids. And it's like, I never really took your advice, Mom and Dad, and I think I'm not going to take it now also.
Well, you seem very happy.
I am so much happier.
I didn't even know you were divorced until you got here.
I know, because I don't publicly announce it. Yeah. And I'm not sure how to navigate it, because I've been together with my ex-husband for 10 years. And from 21 to 31, I don't know what dating is like, really. That was my whole prime years. So I didn't know how to navigate. And I don't have any friends that are divorced, and I don't have any cousins that are divorced. So I'm like, how am I supposed to know how to navigate this divorce? Actually, I just found out recently in Canada law, Calgary law, that you actually can't get divorced right away. You actually have to be separated for a year before you can actually get divorced.
Really?
Yeah, I just discovered that. See, learning as we go.
Are you dating anybody?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only dated because I knew I was ready. I was mentally checked out. I was even transparent with my ex-husband that I said, I think I'm going to date, because I think we both deserve to be happy. And all I cared about was our kids seeing us happy. So I wanted him to be happy, and I want me to be happy, because if we're both happy, then the kids see us happy, and then it's great, right? So we're really, I don't know if you guys can hear the kids in the background, but I hope we can cut that out.
We can shut the door if you want, Mom.
Yeah, let's shut that door. I told them to be quiet, but
they're cute.
They respect their dad a lot more than Mom. Okay, Mom is like the part-time mom.
Okay, so you're dating a specific person, or just dating in general? You
know what's funny? I don't want this to be the whole podcast, but I've never been on dating apps before, so I decided to try dating apps. And I don't know how to date, because normally I meet people, like my ex-husband, I met them through mutual friends. So I found out when you date, you go on multiple first dates and multiple second dates because you're still getting to know someone. But then, yes, I got into an exclusive relationship with someone, and I was very happy in that relationship. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to not Shark Tank, but
Dragon's Den.
Dragon's Den. What was that like with like all the cameras on you and sitting there? Because I do watch Shark Tank.
That's nothing to me, Amy. You know, I do content for fun.
So
I don't mind the cameras on me because I film content. So
you're more nervous than the fact that they were going to be like
roast me.
Get out.
Yeah. They were going to be like, because my valuation was so high. I was asking for a $30 million valuation, and then when I watched that whole season, I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder they put that episode as a finale in the last episode, because it was a very high valuation. It was.
Can you give us the numbers that you told them on the show?
Yes,
at the time?
I wanted 10% for $3 million at a $30 million valuation. That's what I asked.
When you said that, their jaws dropped.
They said, "Are you selling the whole company?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
The look on their faces were like, "What?"
Yes, and that's why I was worried that I was good. I braced myself. I was like, "Get ready, Tammy. You're going to get roasted and you're going to get kicked off the stage, but you have to remember, it's okay. You handled Asian parents, so you can handle the dragon."
Well, it was like a turning point when they asked you some personal questions.
Yeah, I was thrown back. I was like, geez, not the personal questions.
And when you're like, I'm a high school dropout. I have Asian parents that this is not what they wanted me to do. And everything changed. They melted.
I know.
Like, aw.
Because I don't think I ever publicly talked about that on camera. So it was my first time trying to hold it in, because I was like, oh no. And I was about to cry because I have a soft spot for being a disappointment. I think that's, everyone has that soft spot that triggers them into being sad. So that was my soft spot. So damn it. They got me.
What ended up happening? Did they take the deal or?
So, the valuation that they came in at, they got 3 offers. Manjeet and Michelle offered, they want 20% for $3 million, I believe. But after the show, I had an angel investor offer me a higher valuation than what was offered on the show. And he and I did the deal a lot quicker, within like 2-3 months. And I didn't know how long it took for after the Dragon's Den, because I was actually one of the first batch to actually film, even though my episode came out the last. And so when I closed at a higher valuation, of course I took the higher valuation. And plus, the investor that I got, he was like, I would give you a lot more of my time. You need guidance, because I needed a strategic partner. I didn't just need capital. I was doing this all alone, and I felt alone a lot in my journey because none of my friends were entrepreneurs and none of my family was entrepreneurs. My parents didn't believe in me. So I was like, okay, well, I really need the strategic investor. So when my investor, Marcus, who told me that, it was too good of a deal to pass up. So of course I signed with him. And then later on, the Dragons reached out to me and it's like, hey, we're ready to move forward. We still want to move forward with this deal. Let's get XYZ together. And I said to Marcus, I said, hey, just so you know, they still want to move forward with the deal. But my investor was like, well, no, the valuation is higher now because you already got that injection of capital. So I couldn't close the deal with it as much as I wanted.
That's why how Shark Tank works too. Like, even though you're standing there and you agree on something, it's not like contract.
No, it's not a contract. And 90% of the deals, I was told by the producer, it does not actually close.
Really?
Yeah, it's entertainment and
I
fuels the
should
dragons.
be shocked by that. I'm like, I don't know, like really.
Fuels the dragons'
like reality
egos.
TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So the deals don't necessarily close, and most of them actually get a lot renegotiated after. And even if they say they're gonna put an in deal after that, it doesn't go through. I was just surprised they reached out 6 months after I finished filming, and then they're like, hey, we're ready to move forward with due diligence, XYZ. And then I was like, oh, I already closed a deal. Like, money was already in, right? So that's what happened.
And they were like most impressed by your rental program, it sounded like.
I think they were really impressed by the concept.
Right?
Yes,
yeah.
It was the concept, because there's every luxury resale. There's so many luxury consignments out there. But what set us apart is being able to monetize your designer closet by renting out your designer bags, or being able to rent without a subscription. So it's rent per bag.
Yeah, I think it's great. I rented that really large blue Birkin from you guys.
And because you wouldn't want to
like
buy it sometimes.
42 inch. It was so big.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I kept it for the week. And it was July 4th. And I was wearing a lot of red, white, and blue. So I wanted a big blue bag. And I rented that from you guys.
See, people would be surprised how many celebrities actually rent because they just need that one bag for that one event.
Yeah.
And they don't want to tie up $500,000 in their designer wardrobe closet. You want to switch up your style. It's like why the wealthy sometimes lease cars. It's because sometimes it's a write-off. Some of these influencers were writing off their bag rentals, actually.
Really?
It's a business for them. Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, because you're going to an event. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've rented another one from you guys. No, I did. I rented a red Kelly.
You did. You had that really nice event. You had a gala.
With a Dolce & Gabbana suit. There was a matching rose top jacket and pants. It looked so good. Y'all's rental bag. That's the night I was like hanging out and dance on the dance floor with Dak Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys. So that's the night I also met Post Malone. Like we were hanging out, talking, he had his cigar in his hand. And you know what he said? Oh my gosh, Tim, I can't believe I just remember this. He said, I like your bag.
That's what he complimented.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, of course he liked my Dolce suit. But he was like, I like your bag and it matches your Dolce suit. That was your rental.
Outfit. Oh my gosh. I love that. Remind me, I need to tell you a story, whether that's on this podcast or part 2 of my Hermes Himalayan Birkin, how I made $40,000 on.
Can we
one
talk
bag.
about it now?
Should we talk about it now?
Yes, I want to know.
Because I was I love that you had a story about your Hermes Himalayan Birkin. So this was 4 years ago when I asked my husband at the time, I was like, can you get me this Hermes Himalayan Birkin? And remember, this was like $140,000 bag at the time, 4 years ago. And he's like, what on earth are you going to do with a $140,000 bag in Calgary, Alberta? And he's like, no, that's ridiculous. You're going to get your arm chopped off for this bag. And I'm like, okay, I'll just buy it myself. Because, I think it's the Aquarius in me. There's something in me that just rebels. Okay? That does not.
We have that in common.
So I was like, I'll just buy it myself. It's okay. I bought it myself for 2 years. He was right. There was really nowhere to wear it in Calgary. I wore it to Vegas. I took it on, maybe I wore it 3 times in the 2 years. And 2 years later, I wanted to sell it because I was like, I really am not going to wear this. And I was moving to Irvine, California. So I listed it on Luxe Jour, and I don't believe it was you that bought it. It was someone else because we sold multiple Hermes Himalayan Birkins. And I listed it for $180,000. And the reason why I know it's not yours, because it sold within 5 minutes of being listed on Luxe Jour. It was $180,000 listed and sold within 5 minutes at the time. It was when it was hot in demand.
Wow.
And there was barely any on the market. You have to find them with the nice scales, the nice ombre effect. Mine had the nicest ombre effect. I bought it for $140,000. Remember, I listed it for $180,000. It sold within 5 minutes. That's when I knew it was undervalued. And now they're selling for way more if I had just kept it.
And you just had the bag for 2 years?
I had it for 2 years.
And you made $40,000.
And I showed my husband. I was like, "Oh my God, am I gonna regret this? I just sold it and it's sold." And we, right?
Yeah.
But I was like $40,000, and he was like shocked because this made a lot more money than his rental properties. That he was like, "What? That quick?" And so he's like, "Oh, well, do you want another Hermes Himalayan Birkin? Like, I'll buy it for you."
I'll buy it for you now.
He's like, "Yeah, like he's all on board now."
It is. It's like real estate.
People don't know. Some bags are investments.
So that's actually one of my questions. Obviously, the Birkin, the Kelly, those, it is like real estate. Doesn't it go up in between 15? Like 8 to 11, 13% a year? Well,
Forbes posted it. I think it was Forbes that posted. Averaged 14% a year.
Now it's at 14?
14%.
Wow.
Yeah, a year.
It's just like real estate.
Yes. That's why so many people are getting into the resale sale of Hermes bags, because the game is really in finding a good deal on the pre-owned market and then go flipping it to someone who is looking for that exact bag, because not everyone wants to play that Hermes game in the boutiques and try to spend $30,000, $50,000 pre-spend and not be offered exactly what they want. So there's a lot of money to be made in flipping Hermes bags.
So do a lot of your clients, is that what they're doing?
They're resellers.
They're buying just to resell later?
You know how I know? Because they submit their reseller certificate. They talk to our director of partnerships, and they were like, we want B2B pricing. If we buy in bulk, Tammy, like they look at Luxe de Jour's pricing direct to consumer. We are already very competitive because we get all our Hermes direct from clients. So wealthy clients that want to sell their bags. And then these resellers know that we have a program that if you buy in bulk or you are a company, you don't have to pay tax because you have a reseller certificate. They submit it and they're buying them all up, and they're making like $3,000 to $5,000 off each bag.
How long do you think they hold on to them until they resell them?
Some of them are doing arbitrage. Secret's out. Some people are doing arbitrage. They are showing the photos that we have, offering it to their client, and when their client sends a deposit, then they'll buy it. And how we know is because they talk to our salespeople. I'm like, hey, can you ship this direct to my client? Or ship this direct to, because all our stuff comes authenticated, comes with certificate of authenticity. We have the reputation of specializing in authentication. So these resellers don't have to know how to authenticate, really.
Wow.
If you get it from a trusted source, you are guaranteed by our lifetime guarantee of authenticity. So
you guys know, like I know, there are so many resale options out there, but this is the one I actually use. They specialize in authentic, high-end designer bags, exceptional condition. I have purchased several from them, Chanel, Dior, and if you follow me, you know that Joe got me the infamous Himalayan crocodile Birkin. He surprised me on our 10-year anniversary. It's one of the rarest bags in the world, and it came from Luxe de Jour, so that tells you a lot. Their authentication process is meticulous. I trust them with everything. And here is something just for you that they gave me, $100 off anything over $2,000. Here's the code, you guys. All capitals, Amy plus Joe 1. If you didn't get that, just shoot me a quick DM. Because you know, when it comes to luxury, every dollar saved is a dollar you can put towards your next piece. So if you're looking to invest in something timeless, beautiful, go ahead and start with Luxe de Jour. And of course, tell them Amy sent you.
isn't that crazy?
That is
it's a whole
crazy.
business. You should get into that business.
I know. I'm thinking like we're flipping a home right now. I
Yeah.
want real estate money on that, but this is a whole nother world.
All the watch dealers, all the real estate dealers are flipping Hermes on the side.
So Joe and I talked about that last night too. A difference between yours. Okay, so when he had that wonderful text message back and forth with Virgil.
Yeah.
Shout out to Virgil. Don't go there, by the way. He said that Virgil was saying like the real, there's no guarantee. So Joe called the real because there was a bag on there that he liked too, a Himalayan Birkin or a Kelly, I'm not sure. And he was like, if I find out this bag's not authentic, do you guys refund? They said, nope. The real does not.
I didn't know that. I just know that they have so many reviews of why they're
Fakes,
nicknamed
right?
the fake because they have a bad reputation because they take all brands. Remember, how do you specialize in all brands and make sure you guarantee authenticity for all brands? That's why Luxe de Jour only carries 22 brands. We only specialize in those brands. Anytime we want to launch a new brand, we have to have a multi-step authentication to make sure we can guarantee that. So it is questionable. The Real doesn't have a great reputation for that.
Because that's why he was like, I'm not buying that bag. What if I find out it's a fake? The fake.
Yeah, if there's no guarantee, I say don't risk your money, especially if you're buying $160,000 bag. No.
Yeah. Did you insure yours?
Did I insure
had
mine?
yours?
Is on a home insurance. Yeah, yeah, with all my other stuff. Yeah, that's what
I insure pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to worry about it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to worry about it.
I don't want to worry about my jewelry. I don't want to worry about it. Like if something happens, like
do it.
I'm just saying, like if something happened in Texas and I'm carrying one of my nice bags, there's a good chance I have a gun in my bag.
Oh,
so good luck with that.
Yes. The question is, are you willing to pull the trigger?
100%.
Okay. As a Canadian, absolutely not.
I know. It's like it's different worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah. We have license to carry there.
Yeah. No,
it's not unusual. If you go into a restaurant in Texas, there's a good chance about a fifth of the people are carrying.
Yeah. See? Canadian, that terrifies me.
I know.
Terrifies me.
We'll talk. Well, you know what I could do? Because I have friends that, are from not Texas, obviously, and I took them to gun ranges.
Oh.
And they got so comfortable with it. And they were like, can we go do it again?
Oh, my gosh.
It's fun.
Can you just imagine me, 5 feet, just 110 pounds?
Yeah, you could totally do it. You'd be
No. Oh, my
badass.
gosh. I can't even imagine it. I play paintball, but that's another story. That's as aggressive as I get.
Okay, so I have a bag in front of me, not my, actually,
We
real
know
quick,
that's
let's
authentic.
just talk about this baby.
Yeah.
So this is the Himalayan croc that
Yeah.
I got. Before I go into the question on authentication, can you describe why in the world this bag would cost so much?
Well, because it is also Niloticus leather, so exotic crocodile. It is very hard to create, even just a plain Birkin. It takes 20 plus hours from one artisan to make. The way they make it, it's not easily accessible. So it's kind of the creme de la creme. And I hate to say this also, but the branding behind Hermes, you could, that weighs somewhere there, right? So that's also why it's also very expensive, because if you think about it, this compared to when it's fully croc, but then there's the house Birkin that only has a little bit of croc on the details, it actually costs more on the resale market than
Really?
this bag.
Oh, is it 'cause
but it
there's
has
less
less
of them?
croc. It's just because there is less of them, and it is such a limited edition and rare piece. They don't produce that many of them, so it's almost like art. People don't look at bags as they are like art. If hey, there's less of that, and it's also hard to make. It's not as produced as much as the regular Birkins. It is carries some history behind it, and there's sometimes stories behind certain bags too, right? So yeah, with the Himalayan Birkin, it's the rare albino. It is dyed a specific way. Every scale is different. You're never going to find an exact Himalayan Birkin to another Himalayan Birkin.
Okay, so here is my orange Birkin. This is my very first Birkin that I got, and I've been wanting to ask you this. So here's the backstory. I got that, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago, and Joe has a friend's son that bought it for me from Singapore, right? And it was at least $8,000. And I mean, that's a lot of money, but I think it was like just because it didn't go through you guys. I want to know. I mean, I actually don't want to know. I mean, I want to know because I think it's authentic, but
Will you be disappointed? Will you be offended?
I mean, yes, disappointed, but not offended. And what are you about to tell me?
$8,000 is what you paid.
Yeah, give or take.
We need to do a close-up video. I don't know how we're going to do that, okay? Because I really want to show you the obvious fakes. It's obvious to me, might not be obvious to other people because, again, I'm an avid...
Wait. You haven't told me the news.
It's not authentic. This would not pass. You would not be able to resell this for what you paid.
Give me get some champagne.
That is the problem. When you buy an authentic, it's at least you know you can resell it for value. You could even sometimes make money on it.
Well, how do you know? What are you looking at? Tell me.
The hot stamp. Okay, so the hot stamp is the foil that is the Hermes logo, the Hermes embossed print, right? So the foil is supposed to sit on top of the leather. So I wish I had another Togo Birkin to show you side by side, but we should do that on your Instagram. So everyone needs to go follow your Instagram because we should do this.
Yeah,
because
I want to.
Amy plus Joe, we will do
I'm
it.
Crying. You know, it's so funny though because I always kind of had a gut feeling because it came from a friend's son in Singapore. You hear that, like friend's son in Singapore? I was
You
like,
were trusting the friend.
yeah, and $8,000, and at that time, I think that's about what they were going for. So.
Oh my God, they probably paid $2,000 maximum for this bag because it's not made out of real
Togo
leather.
leather.
Yeah, it's not made out of real leather, and that's the problem. It's all in the details, and that's why you should absolutely buy it from a trusted source, someone that offers lifetime guarantee of authenticity, right? Someone that will get you authenticity certificates because this most likely didn't come with one because it's not going to come with one. But the hot stamp,
I think it did.
where?
Well, I mean, it's like fake, right? Then
it's not going to come from a reputable authenticator. So anyone that is,
I can't stop drinking my
buys-
water. I'm gonna have to take a pause and pee because I'm like drinking the champagne in the water.
Amy, listen to
Joe's
me.
golfing. When he gets home, I'm
Oh
gonna be
my
like,
God.
I'm sorry, honey. Should I not
Joe.
tell him?
Joe needs to just call Luxe Jour next time. He has my number
He
already.
He does need to call you. I'm like,
Because you could have
I'm a
resold
little
this for
shocked.
more if you bought the authentic one years ago for $8,000. Yes, they were probably going 5 years ago. You said you bought this 5 years ago,
I
right?
think it's like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so stamp Z is 2021.
Uh-huh.
So if you bought this 4 or 5 years ago for $8,000, you could have resold it for $15,000 at this time. That's the value in authentic Birkins, but people are going to know this is not real, especially if you go try to sell it on a trusted platform like Luxe Jour or the other resale platforms. But it's the foil stamp that is obvious, because what the counterfeit manufacturers do, and we know this because we have stumbled and stopped many counterfeits, is that they put a stamp and that is the Hermes embossed, but the foil is actually supposed to be laid on top. And then the zipper engraving, and I don't want to say too much of all the details, because here's what the counterfeit manufacturers, scammers do, is they're trying to find out, how are these authenticators knowing? How are they figuring this out? How it is fake? And then they go improve that specific thing. But the zipper engraving, this was an obvious one, because the zipper engraving, if we show you the close-up compared to the real, you're gonna be like, oh my God, that is such a sloppy engraving on there that is not what the engraving looks like. The engraving is actually so fine and thin. This one is so fat. Okay, I can see it.
Okay.
It's just so fat, and sloppy, and that's not what it's supposed to look like.
Tammy, you're like,
I'm sorry.
You're talking right now, and I feel like I'm in a cloud, like floating. I'm like, I'm not really. I mean, I'm podcasting you, but like this story, I didn't even hear what you had to say. It went blah 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 blah.
Because
blah,
Joe's
blah,
money
blah,
is
blah,
your
blah.
money.
'Cause
That $8,000 is gone.
all I can visualize is when Joe gets home, me telling him this.
Should
story.
we film a reaction of Joe finding out? I feel like we should
Yes.
post that reaction.
Yes, we have to.
Because men need to know, stop getting scammed by trusting a friend.
yeah.
Like let's see this reputation, and let's also see what the authentication process was like. Let's see
The son
authenticity
got
certificate.
his mom one too, so I got it, and she's a dear friend of mine.
So the scammer was just
Maybe I
making
shouldn't tell her.
$6,000 to $7,000.
Wow.
The
Okay.
scam business and the
That's-
selling
that's-
of counterfeit is a real business. That's why people are out there trying to sell counterfeits on TikTok.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
live selling.
Okay. Well,
Oh God.
that was
I'm sorry.
my most dramatic moment on my own podcast. But I'm glad that I asked you because, I've always wanted, I don't see you that often. So like,
Yeah. Well,
this is the perfect time to
I
ask
know.
you.
And the Luxe Jour, because because I'm a human authenticator, there's 3 steps in our authentication process. It has to go under a microscopic AI machine. And then it goes through a lead authenticator that needs to feel, smell, touch the bag that a machine can't. And then it goes through anyone who sells or buys pre-loved Hermes knows Baba Baby, and Baba Baby specializes in only 40 years of Hermes authentication. Only authenticates Hermes. So we work very closely with Baba Baby as well. So that's how we're able to guarantee a lifetime. So if 10 years down the road you discover your bag, you have proof somehow, which doesn't happen, and you can provide that to us that the item is counterfeit, we will refund your money.
Yeah.
That's the point of.
Yeah, that's like I said, like Joe loves you guys because like the real doesn't
Didn't get-
authenticate,
that's-
or they
that's
like if it's not authentic,
crazy.
they won't give you your money back. So,
That's so odd to me.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, moving on from my traumatic
I'm sorry.
meltdown. Hold on, I need another glass.
we need-
Just cheers. 1 second. Laurent Perrier's champagne's making
I
it all
love that.
better. Okay, can you share 1 or 2 other stories from your journey that most people wouldn't know, like something raw, like behind the scenes story?
There is just too many, because this is 9 years of a roller coaster ride, right? I don't know which story you want. My best friend of 14 years that scammed me of $25,000, so our friendship was worth just that. Apparently, the COO that I hired that tried to embezzle, my executive assistant who skimmed and skimmed off of my credit card and just everything I was purchasing.
Okay, well, let's
was
start
shady.
with your
Oh my
best
God.
friend.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So your best friend was working for you or
My-
working with you
Yes.
when you were younger.
Yes.
You know, they say never work with friends.
They do. And I'm going to vouch for that because that's my personal experience. And based on my other friends who have gone into business with friends, I really think there's stats that prove like 80% of friendship and business don't mix. And there is that slim percentage that does work. But look, the odds are against you. So just be okay with, if you're going to go into business with friends, just know that, hey, look, the chances of that friendship breaking up or having a negative experience is higher than the positive.
Was this in the beginning when you were selling out of the garage?
This is out of my basement, my
your
parents' basement. Yeah. This is when I was 24. So my also best friend was around the same age, and she really wanted to work for me because she saw that I was making money through my phone and just flipping designer bags, and she really wanted to do that. And she was dating a multimillionaire at the time, and she also was getting perks of wearing my designer bags so that she could also kind of, go out with him looking the part, right? Because we all grew up poor. And look, I'm all for supporting my best friend. That's why I was like, borrow my bags, just be careful with them. And so she would have that perk working for the business. It's like, hey, can I use this bag and rent for this weekend because I'm going out this weekend and the company owned the bag. And I would say, of course, you're my best friend. Why not? Why would I question anything? And so she would start borrowing bags. And as she was working in the business, she was managing the social media page. But there came a time where she wasn't responding to customers. And I was like, hey, you're falling behind on responding to customers. You got to respond to customers. And you know what was so stupid of me? And again, I wish I was so business savvy at the time, 24. I was so generous that even though our friend circle was like, don't work with her, her work ethic is not the same as yours. Me having the ability to rebel against what people say.
Plus, you wanted to help your friend out.
And I wanted to help my friend out. So I did it anyways. And I said, how about we split 50-50 profits so that you manage customer service and you close these deals through the social media page and we'll split 50-50 profit. She thought that meant 50-50 ownership of the company. This is when the company was already 2 years in. I was already making money. And so when we had a kind of a fallout, because I said, hey, you need to start responding to customers on time because this is the brand's reputation. And she was like, Tammy, my life doesn't revolve around you and your business. I have a life too, because she was dating at the time. And I was like, yeah, but this is reputation. Like if I'm hiring you to do customer service and manage the social media, you need to do it. So you see this back and forth. She did not like the fact that I was treating her like an employee. So we had this kind of argument and fallout that I had to fire her because I wasn't willing to risk the brand's reputation on her not wanting to respond to customers because she was living her life. But we had, you have to do the work if you're getting paid. And so we had a fallout and I needed to fire her. And she said, well, no, you need to buy me out of this company. Buy me out. And I said, no. And I have the proof of the conversation we had on WhatsApp that I never said 50-50 partnership. I said 50-50 commission split. Right. But she thought, she's also a high school dropout. So again, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that she didn't know better. She thought that meant 50-50 partnership. So she wanted to be bought out. So and I said, I'm not buying you out. She took off with 5 Chanel bags that she had rented and kept in her possession.
She kept the bags?
And never gave them back. And I had to foot the bill for that because remember, the company paid for these. These are my bags that I sold or I could sell to customers, but she had them and she wouldn't give them back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
And a police report does not do nothing. And then that's
because she was like, well, you owe me 50% of the company and that's why I'm not going to give you back these 5 Chanel bags?
Yes.
Okay, my opinion, I'll listen to your story. She knew she didn't have 50% of the company. She just wanted to keep those bags.
Yes, she worked for the company for guess how long, and that she thought she was entitled for that.
Yeah,
2 months, not even 2 months. She worked with me for 2 months before we had that fallout. Do you want to? I can't even get into it. I feel like everyone thinks that the entrepreneur life is so great and it's so rainbows and sunshines. Entrepreneurs are just making so much money, or no. the roller coaster ride you go and the sacrifice we have to do and the hardship we go through, I think people don't shed enough of that.
Yeah.
I am surprised my mental health is actually still intact. I'm surprised I did not actually have therapy sessions for all
I think
of
what
this.
you're saying is so true. Like, people see your life on social media. They see, you're so beautiful, you're glamorous, you're all the things. You're like, oh, her life, like, it must be so great. Like, what you've done is, like, that's hard work. So many sweat and tears and lost friendships. And you were telling me the story when you got here about, was it the one that was managing recently? That story? What was that?
That's another part. It's like moving to California. In Canada, we don't have lawsuits. Like, you have to pay your own lawyer to go fight stuff. I tried to sue my best friend to get that $25,000 back because at 24, that was a lot of money.
Can't even imagine.
$25,000 at 24 was a lot of money that I had afoot. So I talked to a lawyer and tried to sue my best friend. And my lawyer was like, just letting you know, Tammy, this is going to be a hefty bill. It's not worth fighting for $25,000. If we go into litigation, I'm telling you, you trying to fight someone that doesn't have money, because remember, we all grew up poor, and these were assets that I was trying to get back. She didn't have assets.
So you couldn't even
So my
sue her.
lawyer suggested, Tammy, it's going to cost you a lot more money than to sue your best friend and get that money back. Mm-hmm. So I didn't pursue it. I tried to do a police report. Police report says, it sounds like a he said, she said. Where's your proof? Right? So nothing went through with that. But when I moved to California, this is a happy lawsuit place. And I found out one of the managers I hired immediately from day one was prepping for a lawsuit. They look at entrepreneurs as dollar signs. They look at business owners as dollar signs because California, I didn't know this. Me as a Canadian coming in to try to start a business in California, not knowing exactly all this California law, it's that, I don't want to go into too much detail because, again, it's so sensitive, and it's just knowing that entrepreneurs have to go through this. You try to make it in the land of dreams, America.
So this guy knew you're an entrepreneur, and he knew from the beginning that he was going to sue you?
Yes. And it was all
for
through
what?
Misclassification. And I wanted to.
Hold on a sec, Tammy. We're not pausing the podcast. Hey, Joe? Can you
Hey,
come down here
Joe.
real quick? So Joe just got here.
Oh my God. Are we going to reveal to him?
Uh-huh. No, I'll just have him lean over.
Joe,
I have to tell him.
Joe.
Hey,
do
honey?
You want, he may
We're
want
in the middle of a
whiskey.
podcast, and it's not on pause. Yeah. But we have discovered something that you have to know about.
What's that?
So I'm sitting here with Tammy. Obviously, we told the story about how you dealt with Lana and like the whole thing, and we talked about the bag. But then I handed her the $8,000 bag that you got from our friend's son. And go ahead, Tammy.
The fake detector has determined that it is a fake.
Really?
Come over here, honey, in the mic. Come over here.
I'm trying to do my Maury thing.
Can you talk in the mic so they get the podcast and hear you?
Yeah.
Come down here. Come down here.
Yes. What?
So, no, that's the way the podcast people can hear you.
Okay.
So you said, really?
Yeah.
Because if you, it's not authentic.
Okay.
We
So
wouldn't
that
be
is
able to
not
sell
an
it for anything.
authentic Hermes orange Birkin.
Yes.
Okay.
We're gonna do close-ups, and
Yeah.
we're gonna be able to. Once you see the authentic, and I'm even gonna try to find one because we have so many in stock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find one from the same year, same color, so that you could see the obvious difference.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do that on
Is
her
that the one we got from
Instagram.
Singapore?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honey, and then here, lean down
She
here.
just showed
lean down here.
me.
So the worst part about it was that she said that even though we spent at least $8,000, it probably cost the maker $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not an obvious fake.
Right.
It's
a good fake.
it's a good fake, but any authenticator would know, and you wouldn't be able to resell that for, because at the time you paying $8,000 5 years ago, that's how much you may have could gotten an authentic one,
Right.
but it would have resold for more now because they go up in value.
Yeah.
But then I was just telling Amy that this is not going to be worth
it's not
anything.
going to be worth. So when I pass away, Kelly and Emma don't get the benefit of having a 30-year-old Birkin.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, you took this very well.
Well, what are you going to do?
He's so kind and patient. We were just talking about that in the.
He said, "What are you gonna do?" Okay, honey.
He's like he's gonna make money tomorrow and everything will be fine. It's okay.
Is that crazy though, right? Okay. He just got done golfing, so that was perfect. He took it very well.
He took
it
it so
better
well.
than I did.
Until-
I was like, "Give me a shot of tequila."
You know what? There's two types of people in the world that dwell on the past and let that affect their emotions, and then there's people who move forward and it's like, hey, I'll learn from my mistakes. Joe is gonna buy your 11th year anniversary gift from
An
Luxe.
orange Luxe Jour Birkin bag.
Maybe it's a house Birkin. Maybe it's the Kelly doll, the Pico doll.
Okay, you never know. Okay, so the guy, I'm sorry, what was his title? That was
No, this was a store manager I hired.
So a store manager. So I'm just getting this story straight. You hire him, and you think he already knew that he was going to sue you from
Yes.
the minute that you hired him. And you told me when you got here something about, if you look at his history, he had done this several times before.
He did lawsuits before. I didn't know you could search up people's public lawsuits here in California because me as a Canadian never dealt with lawsuits, right? So to summarize this, it is if you're paid under a certain amount and you're non-exempt in California, you need to clock in and out. I asked him to clock in and out. He said, no, Tammy, you know me. I'm good for it. I'm the store manager, so I will, put in my hours where it's needed. Sometimes I'll work more hours. Sometimes I'll work less hours. I got you. That's what he said. So me moving here for the first time, I'm like, oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure because I would think that you need to clock in and out like everyone else that's paid under a certain amount. And he didn't do it. Months later, he sued me for unpaid meal breaks, overtime, and misclassification. Because in the law, in California law, you're supposed to clock in and out, even when you take meal breaks and when you go out, when you clock out.
And he knew that.
And he knew that.
Did he win?
I settled, to say the least, because again, California law is so against employers and against
and
businesses.
homeowners.
Yes. And I didn't want to go, of course, into litigation. So I learned my lesson the hard way. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. There's karma though. All these
Yeah.
stories, there's karma.
I don't know why
Like the
people
guy
don't-
that sold Joe that bag for $8,000. If you're listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
there's karma.
There's karma. Why
Your
do people
best
not,
friend?
Oh my God. Why do people not care about their reputation is what I want to know.
I think
It's-
they're just selfish. Yeah, the laws in California are so bad. I was reading like this one guy broke into someone's house and it was like a skylight, and anyway he broke through the glass and like he sued the homeowner because he cut himself and won.
Oh my God.
That's
I'm
California.
moving back to Canada, Amy. I don't belong here. I don't like the shadiness. I don't like shady people. I can't. So I'm just trying to build a business on honesty. And when I come here and I see people, like I had an employee try to sue me for mental injury.
An employee?
Mental injury, Amy?
What's that mean?
Instead of an injury, a physical injury, it's mental injury. Yeah. This is,
And what
California.
happened with that?
it didn't go through, but we
Okay.
fought it. Yeah.
How many employees do you have?
31.
And that's a combination of Canada and
Canada
here.
and US. Yeah.
So you've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot. And I want to share the story. And I'm so glad we are doing this because I love your podcast and what you're doing for entrepreneurs and business owners is that I don't want entrepreneurs to go through all the mistakes that I went through when you could have a blueprint that could set women up for success, men even, right?
Yeah. I had Sahar on recently. She's who you're doing the event with Saturday with me.
I can't wait for
Yes,
that
we have an
event.
event this Saturday, and my friend Sahar's from Camilla Soretti selling her jewelry, and Tammy's going to have her handbags here for the ladies. But when I podcasted her, she said that she learned so much about what not to do being an entrepreneur and owning her own jewelry business. She's going to write a book.
I want to write a book.
Yeah, just to help people
I
exactly
also-
what you've gone through, what she's gone through. If you're starting your own business, this is what not to do.
Yes. Every entrepreneur, I think, and because we don't get the opportunity to always speak our story, right? Every entrepreneur has a book and has a blueprint of what not to do. It's the truth. There is no entrepreneur that I think I've ever met or can say confidently, be like, oh my God, I've always had the green grass, sunny, rainbow, sunshines. It's been an amazing journey. No, it is a roller coaster ride. There is days you want to hold on to this ride and you want to shut your eyes and you want to scream Bloody Mary, right? But then there's sometimes you realize as an entrepreneur, because we're resilient, we think we're going to get through this, and we just put up our hands in the air and we just say, wee, this is part of the ride. Wee. And we have to look on the bright side because we're so motivated by our mission. We're so motivated by the passion and what our purpose is in life. And so we know that that's part of the ride. It's like when you're going up, you're at that climax and you're ready, you know you're going to go down that steep hill. So you have two options. You either shut down, your body completely shuts down, and you have full on anxiety, panic mode, or you just put your hands in the air and you're like, this is all part of the ride. Let's fucking go. Excuse me.
I love that. You know, that was going to be like part of my last question, and you just nailed it.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I love the wee.
That's the mom in me.
That's like an insurance company where like the pig puts his head out the window and he's going wee.
I didn't know that. I only know the Geico guy.
It's the funniest commercial. Okay, couple little quick questions. Where is your business now? Like, where is it landed? What's the valuation? What's your plan? Your future?
We're raising our Series B round currently. So we're in the midst of raising our Series B round because we got our first injection with our Series A round and we saw that double sales. So we want to kind of do that again. We know that every company is not built, no billion-dollar company is built by one person. So we need a lot more strategic investors. We need more capital because it takes money to scale sometimes. So we definitely want to definitely get to the Series B round, but eventually I do want to exit. I do want to prove my parents wrong that I can be us.
You want to sell it?
I want to exit for myself. So whether that is finding a qualified CEO that investors are happy with and that can come in, or I promote someone from my executive team, right? Or get acquired or go public. It's just that I want to be able to take the company. I believe with my experience, there is someone out there, and this is just me knowing that I'm not the arrogant CEO that thinks I'm the only one that can do this and run this luxury company. I know that there's someone out there with more connections, more experience, and that will come with all of the blueprint of what not to do instead of me learning as I go, right? So that there is someone more qualified that can come in and run this company and take it to the next level. I believe with my experience, with my connections, yes, I could probably take it to a certain level, but look, I'm going to make the mistakes as I go. So I hope investors are okay with that. But I'm okay knowing that I could step down if someone qualified and someone that I know has the same passion, same vision, that believes in the company could take it to the next level. So I want to exit personally because I want to prove my parents wrong that I can be a good mother as well. As my kids
are
get
good.
older.
Like your kids are here. I don't probably the audience could probably hear them because they're right there playing. But like they're playing. I honestly think it's made the podcast just even more fun because like they're literally 15 feet away and they're just playing and having fun.
I told them to be quiet.
Let me tell you one thing. If you were not a good mom, they wouldn't be behaving the way. I mean, they're just having fun. They're just playing.
Yeah,
you are a good mom. Like
you know
most kids, like if it wasn't a good situation with the mom. Kids total meltdown. We've been sitting here for an hour.
Yeah.
And they're just playing. You're a good mommy.
Thank you. I took photos and videos in case they wanted to tell their future therapist that they had a rough childhood, okay? I have proof that they did not.
You're obviously a good mommy and you're an incredible CEO.
Thank you.
Like, what is your company worth right now?
We're raising at a $30 million USD valuation, so slightly above, because the tariff wars kind of, put a little bit a damper on our valuation and as well as our operations, being Canadian and US.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
That kept you
that's
up at
why.
night.
That did keep me up at night, actually. Not only the kids, it was the company.
If you, all the kids, if you had any dream bag, what would it be?
My dream bag actually is that house Birkin, the
Is it?
Faubourg house
How much
Birkin.
is it?
200 something thousand now.
Wow.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to buy it at 150,000 years ago, and now I regret it. See that? I'm like, I missed that investment opportunity.
Yeah, it's like it's a weird situation when you're like, yes, I could spend this 10 grand or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
50 grand, and you know that you're going to be able to sell it later for more, but it's just giving up the money.
I know,
You know,
it
You're
is.
just like,
That's the thing. Yeah. So that's my dream bag right now.
okay. It's been so amazing having you. Saturday we have our event.
I can't wait.
It's here at the house on Laguna Beach. It's such a beautiful day today. I think it's going to be just like this. It'll be 3 to 6. And you know, it's only like 15 women.
It's going to be 15
It's
shopping
15. We
women.
wanted it small. Like we didn't
Yeah.
want a big event.
No,
And it's like invite only.
Yes.
And you're going to, how many bags do you think you'll bring?
I think we should bring 15 to 20.
Okay.
More the merrier.
I had a girlfriend text me today or IG me that she has specific bags that she's wanting. So
Yeah.
we'll get
You
her.
gotta
hooked
send
up.
me that list.
Yes,
I
I
can
will
bring
send
that
that
there.
to you. It's been so fun having you. I feel like we need to do a part 2.
There's so much more tea.
We need to do some reels on bags and like
Yes.
teaching people
Yes.
lessons, including myself.
People
And
need
Joe.
a comment of what more they want to know, because there was way more juicier tea in terms of things I want entrepreneurs to know. And of course, you know, my passion for bags. I'm sure there's people that have questions about that.
Yeah, I mean, where can people find you? I'm sure that after they hear this podcast, they're going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, they can find me on Luxe de Jour's main Instagram page, or my work page, which is luxedujour.tammy. So
Okay.
LuxeDujour. People always spell that wrong, and then go to the scammers page.
Yeah, because there's so many pages. So, but I just want to do in it by saying I've been to your boutique, I've met your team. Obviously, the experience that Joe had compared to other luxury handbag companies, compared to you guys, you are top notch. Really,
Thank
I'm
you,
very
Amy.
proud of you. I can't wait to see you like sitting on your yacht sipping your champagne one day.
You'll be invited.
I know. That'll be excited with your.
I'll
your
be buying your
hubby.
home.
You're dating now, like you're dating, and you're like just chilling, and you're wearing your Chanel,
Oh
and
my
you're gonna have your
God.
coveted bag in your hand. I
You'll
can
see me
visualize
next
it
time
all.
with the house Birkin next time.
Oh, I would
Putting
love
an
it.
offer on maybe your home also, because I love your home. You know me.
I know. We'll hang out Saturday, and let's do one final cheers.
Cheers.
Guess your kids need you.
Yeah, they do. Mom mode on now.
Thank you, Tammy.